Because in this line of work, it's kind of like watching a creek. If everything's flowing naturally, you don't even know it's there. It just keeps moving. But it's that one day where floods happen and you have to get everything back to normal. And that is what I thrive on. Never had this message before.
Currently, I cover 2 states right now. I'm in charge of our municipal side for the state of Mississippi and Alabama. So it keeps me in the road a pretty good bit. Time and territory management's really, really important. A lot of focus is spent up here where we are this week in Huntsville because it's one of the fastest growing cities in the country right now.
Our growth, we have population and we also have industrial growth where we have many companies coming in right here because it's prime real estate here and prime area to go ahead and just plan for the future.
So Chauncey, this is what you call home, right?
Yeah. Yep.
What's your main parameters every day that you're testing at the plants?
Ammonias, total suspended solids, E. coli's, and CBODs.
CBODs.
Yeah. So 3 of our plants have looser parameters on the per minute testing because they're discharging to the Tennessee. Right. But the other 2 that's discharging to the Flint, that's when I have to worry about my ammonias and my E. coli's because it's a protected stream that we do a lot of fishing and recreation use on.
Chauncey, you been having any trouble getting anything from us?
No, I've just been sitting there. I knew supply issues were coming. So just every time I make an order, double it up.
How many ammonias are you running a day?
A day? Today I'm only going to do 5, but most of the time I'm running 17.
Okay.
Now I usually end up running through 49 a week.
49 a week?
Yep.
Okay, so you're going through roughly 2 boxes a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Hach appreciates that.
Well, you keep it coming, I'll stay running.
That's right.
So I come in at 6:30 and usually I get started prepping my BOD water because that takes the longest amount of time. While I'm doing that, I'll wait on the samples to get here because the samples still have to get delivered from their prospective plants. So, you just do house cleaning stuff, maybe put your numbers in hawk winds from yesterday or weigh up your samples from, whenever you need to and just get that all out of the way.
Do you like running those TNTs versus the old way?
Yes, it is. I'll be honest with you, I went to some plant tours around the state and seen how they're doing the old way, and I couldn't do all this by myself the whole way. It's just, I've only got 8 hours a day to get everything done, and there's no way I could sit there and have to wait on TNT kids on top of E. coli's and everything else like that. It's just a time saver. All right, got that one for 15 minutes. What I'd like to do at 3 o'clock, just be outside, plant my garden, getting it all going, getting some seeds in the ground, just trying to be self-reliant. What I like about my job is it's the same thing where I have structure and a routine, but every day is different. There's a lot of variety and just things that are outside my control that you have to learn how to do what you can do with and get it back to normal. Because in this line of work, I tell everybody it's kind of like watching a creek. If everything's flowing naturally, you don't even know it's there. It just keeps moving. But it's that one day where floods happen and you have to get everything back to normal. And that is what I thrive on.
So you run so many tests, you're probably, as soon as this goes in that, we're looking good or we're looking bad, right? So what normally your plants are looking like, and that right there, if something did come up crazy, you'd rerun that test, right?
Right.
And then you'd be like, pick up the phone, call Matt or Wes or somebody like that.
Right. Let them know, like, hey, we got an issue. About to see what plant 6 got coming in. Usually they've been on 20s, 20, I saw about 23 last week. So
this is the influent coming in right here that you're running?
Influent coming in right here. Never had this message before.
Absorbance is greater than 3.5. What's range?
12.
12? You don't think it's going to be higher than 12, do you?
It might.
It was pretty green, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was real green. Let me see what the blank come out, or the F1 comes out to. The F1 looks like it'd be good.
Normally they give us an out of range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that pulled back.
Yeah, that one came out. So that's y'all's final, right?
Yeah, that's the final
final.
going out.
You kind of estimating sometimes it's higher than.
It's usually in percentage points.
Yeah.
But you kind of know with them, like, when their ammonia's going up, the smell goes up.
Right.
So they're like, you know what, our plant's starting to flip on us and smell it. Still going off that. So we're going to rerun that one, but my spike worked out perfectly. Set that 15 minutes and see what we get.
One of the things that's really rewarding with the work that I do and everybody that's out in the field like myself is when you actually go in and the customers called you in and asked you to help them solve a problem. And that's where we come in as some of the technical experts in our field, and we're actually able to help them get their problem resolved.
Let's see if this one comes out. It's still pretty green.
It's pretty green. And
same thing.
what will you do, Chauncey? Cut it?
Maybe can run over the. I'm gonna call Wes, see what his 3900.
Red on there.
Read on there. Let's just walk over to his lab real quick. Get the new one. Same thing. These? Yeah.
Both of them?
Both of them. Well, the one right here, that was the first one, so that's been on about 30 minutes. This one waited about 15.
That's the influent?
That's influent.
That's what I would do. I'd pour a sample in a 100 ml beaker and then thin that down and see if you can get a result off that. You know what I mean?
And then
try to do it. See
if
it's just
half DI, half sample.
yeah, it's just to see if this is just
And
way
then pull
too high.
0.5. Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of right now off the top of my head.
How does that affect your results?
Yes, it'd be one of those you have to write down on any notes.
Okay.
So that's what I do because that's new. I ain't seen that one before.
I started out working for the city of Huntsville in this department in 2018, and we have an apprenticeship program. So during that apprenticeship program, they pretty much show you everything there is to do with sewer and wastewater. I first started off at the point repair doing construction and the collection system. Then I started studying for the grade 4 test and took it, so did pretty well on it, so they put me in the plants. So I stayed in the plant for about a year, and they figured out, like, hey, he's a little smarter than the average, and put me in the lab, and that's where I've been at ever since.
Oh yeah.
11.7.
So yeah, so he'll document that and he'll say, hey, however y'all write it up, I cut it twice.
Dilution factor.
Yeah.
So we have to add that in as a note. So.
But yeah, that's like he said right there. As long as I do my standard and my spikes, whatever numbers come out from the sample, I trust them and it is what it is. Because my standard is a 10, it comes out right there. And as long as you put that in your report and they see that you make that effort, the variables are the variables.
At the end of the day, when you take your Hach hat off and you're looking back on the things that you've done throughout the day, you want to get that sense of satisfaction that you've really done what you started out the day to do, and that's help ensure water quality and also taking care of our customers.